Willie D Live.
What's up, family? It's day 10 of the Diddy federal trafficking trial, and many people still don't believe the prosecution has made its case for RICO. So let's take a look at a few things that the prosecution has done well. For starters, they secured witness testimony. Multiple alleged victims and insiders, including ex-girlfriends and former employees, have come forward under oath, detailing incidents of abuse, trafficking, and coercion. The testimonies create a consistent narrative of pattern based on misconduct over the years. They've unsealed past settlements and court documents. How did they do that? I thought it was sealed. It's sealed. Anyway, that requires more investigation. So anyway, fam, the prosecution has went and found prior civil settlements where Diddy broke people off to go away. So why is that important? Well, the prosecution is going to argue that, hey, Your Honor, jury, this right here paints a picture of systemic behavior, not isolated incidents. This guy's a monster. He's been doing this for a long, long time. This is why they keep on bringing in all these different people, and they keep hammering on Diddy's behavior, the violence, this penchant for violence. They keep talking about violence. They're trying to get the jury used to the idea that Diddy resorts to violence to get his way. And finally, they've collected digital evidence. Allegedly, prosecutors have obtained surveillance footage, emails, text messages, social media records that align with the victims' timelines. And they say they also have records that show Diddy orchestrating or covering up or trying to cover up the alleged crimes. That's what they say, but that ain't what we heard yet. I'm talking about the last part. I hear what the prosecution is saying. I see where they're coming from, but I do not see a clear path for RICO. I just don't see it. And why is Diddy the only person being charged on this RICO case when it takes more than one person to prove RICO, to qualify for RICO? Why? Where is his co-conspirators? They said this was a criminal enterprise. Where are the other criminals? That's what I want to know. See, they can't just make these laws so vague and they just pick up anybody for anything and just apply RICO to anybody. RICO is a very, very serious charge. People get life for that type of stuff. All of the witnesses that has been questioned so far, in my opinion, has either been sketchy or they have not provided enough substantial evidence to really help the prosecution. Haven't heard anything really concrete. Like, where is the smoking gun? That's what I want to know. Now, if they can find somebody, and the prosecution did say that Diddy kidnapped somebody, right? Kidnapped a former employee or whatever and made her show him where Kid Cudi lived. But then they were saying something about Cassie giving up Kid Cudi's address. Cassie, I got something. I got a video that I'm about to run on Cassie in a minute, man. Cassie ain't what she appears to be. She ain't what she says she is. I don't care what y'all say, fam. I don't care what you say. How many times have we seen people who are absolute demons and we look at them in the face and we can't even tell? They look like the boy or the girl next door. There are some treacherous people out there who got a very trustworthy face or a trustworthy appearance. Yeah, don't look like they would harm a fly. And then when you go to digging deeper, you find out they're a serial killer. Happens all the time. Nobody thought that little old sweet Cassie would threaten somebody's life, let alone talking about chopping them up. Yeah, y'all been keeping up? Cassie is on record talking about chopping up one of the escorts who she said, at least she thought, had video of her. Yeah. So yeah, you put that out, I'll chop you, I'll kill you. Yeah. Chop you up. Cassie. Sweet little old Cassie. Talking about killing people. And the trip part about it is the defense ain't even, well, I know what the defense is doing. They already cross-examined her. So they'll come back, before they make their closing arguments. Well, in their closing arguments, they're going to make sure that they mention that Cassie talked about killing people. But really, this case really hinges on Cassie's testimony. That's where this thing is going to be made or not. This is where it's all going to go down. It's Cassie's testimony. Unless the prosecution has a star witness that we haven't heard about who's going to walk in with video of blowing up Kid Cudi's car, and they showing themselves cashing the check or counting the money and Diddy standing right there giving them. See, when you got money, fam, when you got that money, you can match the prosecution's resources. You can get the best experts. You can get the best detectives. You can get an actual fair trial. Well, as fair can be, because I personally don't really think that a person could ever really get a fair trial, because there's so many variables that will determine what your outcome will be if you walk into that courtroom. You can get a dismissal, you can get probation, you can get deferred adjudication, you can get a diversion program, you can get 10 years deferred, you can get a life sentence and appeal and go home. You can get the death penalty and be exonerated, pardoned, and go home. Depends on what you look like, what's the interest in the case, the public interest in the case, how much money you got, what your race is, how attractive you are, your sexuality. Did I mention how much money you got? Yeah, man, it's too many variables. So that's why if you ever find yourself in a courtroom, I don't give a damn if it's for a traffic ticket, you better fight it like a murder case, because there are no guarantees. But give me a thumbs up if you think the prosecution is proving its case. Thumbs down if you say, nah, man, they ain't did nothing. When they gonna start? I'm getting bored over here. Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.